Let's go on a safari at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Hey everyone, it's Herb from World of Walt, and welcome to another live broadcast from the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. A beautiful Saturday morning, a little overcast, 70 degrees on the way up to 76. A pleasant day, and Animal Kingdom is ready for Christmas time. The Merry Menagerie is out, the puppeteers and the live musicians, always fun to check out. So we're going to spend a few minutes here in the Discovery Island section and see what's going on. Kate, happy Saturday and good morning to you. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for joining. Susan in South Florida, it is good to see you. Hello. Always a lot of fun to take a couple minutes here and check out the puppets. It's a lot of fun. And the live musicians as well. Judy, good morning to you. Ted, hello to you. And Crystal, how's it going? Always fun to see. The bears are great too. Barbie, good morning to you. Happy Saturday. And Bridget from Long Island, hope you're doing well. Brian, happy Saturday. And even though it's not Thanksgiving, I feel compelled to wish you a Merry Christmas because Disney is definitely ready for Christmas time. Michelle, good morning to you. Gerald's in the queue for Big Thunder. That is great. Hope you're having a good day. Very cool. Susan says they are so cute. Susan, I agree with you. It's a great addition to Disney's Animal Kingdom. Just a lot of fun. One of those special touches that Disney really doesn't have to do, but they do, and I think it's what makes this place so special. Christopher from Chile, Wisconsin, where it's probably starting to feel a lot like Christmas time. Hello to you. Michelle from Texas. Happy Saturday. Tina from Iowa. Been listening to Christmas music. It is that time. Tree life is looking good. Very green leaves, that's nice. So today I have a lightning lane reservation for Kilimanjaro Safaris. As we're wont to do, we'll take the long way around. We'll see what's going on in Dinoland, USA, which is probably not a lot. And we'll make our way up past Asia and make our way over to Africa and hopefully get there in time for the reservation. Animal Kingdom, as all the Disney parks do, looks great at night when Christmas time comes. All of the illuminated garland. It's very cool. Bruce says the puppets are great. Wish you could take your grandkids. I hope that works out for you sometime that you can do that. Kids love it. Adults do too. Carla likes the music. It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas, that's for sure. Hard for me to believe that Thanksgiving is coming up next week. Kind of snuck up on me. Hi, Velvet. Nice to see you. Deborah says, let the morning fun begin. There should be a t-shirt that says something like that. Oh wait, there is. Over at worldofwaltstore.com, you can find links to the t-shirt shop with the very famous Let Saturday Begin shirt. Got another shirt in the hopper with the design folks over at TeePublic. Hopefully that will be ready to come out pretty soon. Pretty excited about it actually. My first two-sided design with an idea that came from someone who watches a broadcast, which is actually quite brilliant. I can't take credit for it. Iona, good morning to you. Susan loves the walk. Susan, thanks for joining me. Laura from Illinois, hello to you. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Rhonda, happy Saturday to you as well. So we make our way over into Dinoland, USA. and see what's going on with the Triceratops spin. Someone, I missed the name, was asking about the Pin of the Month Club, and therefore gets my unending appreciation for prompting yet another shameless plug. Because it's almost time to buy gifts for those people that are hard to buy gifts for. And a great way to get them a gift that just keeps on giving all year long is to buy a subscription to the Pin of the Month Club, which you can do by going over to pinofthemonthclub.com. Elmer says, happy birthday, Mickey and Minnie Mouse, 95 years. They don't look a day over 94, right? They're looking great. I hope I have that much energy when I'm 95. Jennifer, hello to you. Crystal said, Walt started his career in Kansas City. That is very true. All right, Donald's Dino Bash is going on here with a little bit of a Christmas feel to it. Some lights on the dinosaurs. Brian says, no notification today from Facebook. I know, it is very disappointing to me, and I have no control over it whatsoever when Facebook decides or does not decide to provide notifications about Facebook Live. I am trying to post an event each week, so you might see that in your feed, and then Facebook really is supposed to provide a notification when you sign up for the event schedule, but even then, I don't even know. Facebook works in mysterious ways. Jody got a notification. Well, that's good. Thank you. Christine, happy Saturday to you. It's been a very wet week here in Central Florida. Kind of unusually wet. Lots of rain. All right, always fun to see some dinos flying. Stephen, hello to you. Happy Saturday. Peggy was notified. Marilyn was notified. Well, that's good. Thank you. So I'm wondering, for those of you who were notified, and I appreciate you letting me know, did you see the event posted and sign up for the event, or did you just get a notification on its own? Debbie got it. That's great.
If it's on the news, of course it's true. Two very rare dinos belonging to the species
this
known as
snowman looks good.
Chipmunkosaurus.
Dawn is wishing Mickey and Minnie happy birthday. Crystal was notified. Good.
Wow. There you have it.
Christine got notified. Great.
Everyone visiting Dinoland, keep your eyes peeled. Ugh, that sounds painful.
Alina was notified. If I'm saying your name right.
And we're back to our regularly scheduled holiday party.
Lorna, hello to you. Eileen got the notification. Okay, some people were getting it. That's good to hear. Phyllis did as well. It is such a mystery. Such a mystery. Okay, someone, I'm sorry the name went by too quickly, said they did not sign up for the event, but still got notification. So that's good. Bruce says, wasn't notified, got notified 50% of the time. Yeah, it's confusing. All right, the Dinoland USA games are here. Denise said notifications were off, so turn it on. Okay, that's good. Christine asked a great question. Do we know yet what's going to happen behind the fence here? No, not yet. Disney has not made any formal announcements about what's going to happen in Dinoland USA here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. There have been a lot of, we're thinking about sort of conversations by the folks at Disney Parks saying that engineering is working on some blue sky ideas. One of the latest ones here is that possibly, based on very blurry concept art, that Dinosaur, the attraction, would be rethemed for Indiana Jones, because the ride vehicles and the layout are pretty much the same as the Indiana Jones ride out in Disneyland. There's been conversation about bringing Encanto here. Bob Iger, the CEO of the Walt Disney Company, has said that they're planning to invest $60 billion in the Disney parks and resorts over the next 10 years, but that would include hotels, cruise ships, all those sorts of things. But long-winded answer, no, we don't know yet. Kevin's out and about, always fun. Gerald, hello to you. Hi, Paul. Thanks for being here. Karen never got the post, okay. Peggy says, loves Kevin. Always fun. Elaine says, sign up for the event. Did not get a notification, but usually get them every week. Okay. Just a total mystery. A total mystery. Mark Zuckerberg, if you're listening, Facebook is a total mystery. Deb, hello to you. By the way, I don't think that Mark Zuckerberg listens to my live broadcast, but if he does, hey, how's it going? George? Cindy's a Kevin fan as well. Sherry, good morning to you. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for joining me. Today we are taking the long way around, as we are wont to do. We started off at the Discovery Island section, making our way through Dino Land, through Asia, on our way back to Africa. I better get a move on because my Lightning Lane reservation ends at 10:30. Jody said, any new games in the work for World of Walt? So Jody's probably referring to World of Walt Fun, which was a game where you could win points for entries into prize drawings. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing it. It was a great, I'll call it experiment. Got a lot of great feedback, but unfortunately the time commitment and the technical cost behind it just became prohibitive. So World of Walt Fun went on hiatus. I don't really think it's going to come back, just to be perfectly honest with you. But it was fun while it lasted, and I appreciate everyone who joined along. Larry said Kevin is great, for sure. Karen says Mark Zuckerberg is busy recovering from a training injury. I hope he's doing okay. Best wishes to Mr. Zuckerberg. Paul says happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. Robert says, does anyone remember River Country? I sure do. River Country over by Fort Wilderness. I actually remember going as a kid. One of my friends, kind of a silly story, he got mad at one of the lockers where you put your clothes, it wasn't locking or unlocking or something like that, and he had the brilliant idea to kick the locker with his foot, which cut open his foot, which ruined the day at River Country because then he had to go and get stitches and he could not go in the water, and there you go. So my final River Country visit was a bust. Yeah. But hey, these things happen, right? At least I got a good story and I can chuckle about it now. Tara, hello to you. Maria, hello and happy Saturday. Lynn says, still has a River Country towel. That's cool. That's probably worth a couple bucks on eBay, I would think. That's pretty nice. Rivian loved River Country. It was a lot of fun. If I remember correctly, River Country was actually connected to a natural body of water, which would be hard to imagine these days. Crystal loved River Country as well, because pretty much every natural body of water here in Florida has an alligator living in it. And there's always concern about bacteria and amoebas and all those sorts of things, even though that's pretty rare. Those problems do crop up. But it was a different time. And I personally survived. Most folks did. But these days we're a little more careful. Donald, good morning to you. Nice to see you. Paula, good morning to you as well. Always fun to see the flags out here in Asia. Cindy said, if Walt could see it now, boy, I know for me it's always a dangerous thing to say what Walt might think or not think. But just the idea that the company he started has been around for 100 years and has grown exponentially and touched people all around the world, I've got to think he would be pretty pleased. Peggy says, think they closed it due to freshwater amoeba. Yeah, there were a lot of factors, I assume, that went into the closure of River Country. That was probably a very big one. Another one is the fact that it was on the water at the very back of Fort Wilderness. So if you were staying at Fort Wilderness, you could take the internal bus system. But if you were not staying at Fort Wilderness, you had kind of a trek to even get there in the first place. So it was a nice addition. I think probably more popular than originally anticipated. And yeah, just transportation of people back and forth, it was maybe, well, it was tough. Liz, hello to you. Happy Saturday. Maria said River Country was wonderful. Took her 2 kids at the time and they loved it. It was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. Actually, it stood abandoned for many, many years. It was only demolished recently with the idea to build the Reflections DVC, or resort, which eventually got put on hold or basically canceled due to the pandemic. But good ideas usually come back, and we will see what the future holds. Tim Peterson, the official, unofficial marketing manager of the Pin of the Month Club. Tim, it is great to see you. Wishing you and yours a happy Thanksgiving. Robert said the River Country towel might get you into Club 33. I think that I would trade that. I would trade my River Country towel to get admission to Club 33. Melissa says, pin in the mail plug time. Thank you so much. You win the award. My undying appreciation for prompting what is a never-ending stream in the river of shameless plugs. If you or anyone you know in the United States of America, including Alaska, Hawaii, military bases, outlying territories, would like to get a Disney pin delivered every single month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. Bruce says, thanks for showing on a schedule. Appreciate your joining me. Larry says, don't kick the lockers. That is a life lesson I learned. Yeah, don't kick the lockers. Your feet will thank you. Hi, Beryl. Happy Saturday to you. Beryl, my thanks for all that you do for World of Walt. You are a great helper for the site and me personally, so thank you so much. Maria says, loves the strolls. Thank you so much. Peggy says, there's some cool places in Animal Kingdom. I agree. Ronnie says, where are we going today, Ronnie? Today, aside from just taking a long way around, we are headed towards Kilimanjaro Safaris and we'll kind of go see some animals. I woke up at 7 o'clock, purchased my lightning lane. Interestingly, when I purchase a lightning lane, normally I'm trying to do the fast finger action because I want to get a reservation between 9 and 10, and usually those go pretty quickly because it's early in the day. So I'm hurry. But today, I purchased Lightning Lane at exactly 7 o'clock. I went to make the reservation, and it said, oh, you can have a reservation from 8:15 to 9:15 or something like that. I don't even know what, like way before I needed it to be. I had to kind of wait a while in order for some of the reservations to fill up, which would suggest to me that either it's kind of a slow day, or not a lot of people were choosing to purchase Lightning Lane. And I'm guessing, it might just be a little on the slow side. Next week, though, I'm sure it's going to be a different story. Thanksgiving time, a lot of people are going to be coming here on vacation. I'm sure the crowd levels are going to go crazy. And a lot of people will enjoy Turkey Day here. Hey, Lou. Nice to see you. Hope that you are doing well. Carol Ann, hello. Happy Saturday. Heather says, doesn't look crowded at all. I agree with you. When I came in through the parking lot, the ticket booths were not so busy. It only took me a minute to get through the tap stations, walk straight through security. It was all a pretty quick process. But a week from today, I think it's going to be a little different. Ted, it is 10:21. Thank you, Ted. Fortunately, I am within shouting distance of the entrance to Kilimanjaro Safaris in my 9 minutes. Donald says, how is the temperature? It's actually pretty nice here today. 70 degrees at the moment, on the way up to 76. A little overcast, but the sun is coming out. Not so humid, at least by Central Florida standards, so pretty good day. Janet said, talking about river country, how about Discovery Island? Yes, Discovery Island, which was kind of a natural animal, well, not necessarily a natural animal habitat, but a place which is an island in Bay Lake in front of the Magic Kingdom where way back in the day you could go and see some animals. There's some construction going on here in Africa. It's interesting. Which pretty much was shut down. Discovery Island was shut down because of Disney's Animal Kingdom. So you don't go to both Discovery Island and Animal Kingdom to see the animals, you just go to Animal Kingdom. Sandy said, we'd love to go to Christmas or Disney during Christmas. It is a great time to come and visit. So many great decorations. Just a lot of fun. Bring your patience. I love the Harambe band. I don't have time to stop. I got to make my way over to that lightning lane. But we'll enjoy them on the swing by. Pinch point there. Michelle from Cincinnati, Ohio, it is good to see you. I am a proud Bearcat and had very exciting news that I've been waiting for forever. The Skyline Chili, famous from Cincinnati, has opened up in Flamingo Crossings, the West Side Disney development. It is on my list. I actually went to Skyline Chili, but the wait was so long and I was so hungry I didn't stay. But I will get there, mark my words. Hello, 5-Weight. I am got my eye on you. All right, lightning lane, straight ahead. Libby, hello to you. Happy Saturday. Kathy from the Jersey Shore, hope you're having a good day. Hope the weather is pleasant there. Thank you. Bit of a backup as we enter. Karen says, agreed, Animal Kingdom was Joe Rohde's baby. He did a great job. Michelle said, Skyline after a day on the Skyliner. Hey, there's a marketing tie in there, I think. That's a very clever connection. All right, we're in. Robert says, lots of people. Yeah, for some reason, it seems like the Africa section of Disney Animal Kingdom is overflowing. I guess everyone is coming here. Alan says, thanks for the Saturday walkabouts. HR is saying, what shirt? Sorry, I'm not sure if that's a response to another comment in the stream, but I did want to say that I've got a new shirt in the design hopper, my first two-sided design, which is very clever, not because of me, but thanks to someone who watches here and provided the suggestion, so hang in there. Hopefully that shirt will be ready soon. Tracy, happy Saturday to you. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for spending a bit of it with me. Bruce said, too bad that Joe Rohde left. He created a good park. He was. He was really an asset to the Walt Disney Company. Unfortunate that he chose to leave, but that happens. Gail says people like to get on the safari early while the animals are active. Very true. Karen, Joe Rhodey retired. Yes, he did. If I remember right, he went to work for, I don't know if I'm getting my former Disney employees messed up, but I think he may have gone to work for Virgin Galactic, the Richard Branson company that's working to sell space flights to consumers. Carol, good morning to you. Happy Saturday. Michelle said lots of people in the lightning lane. Very true. Carol says, hope to see some giraffes. Me too. Ronnie says, hope to see you on the next visit. I hope we can do that as well. It's always an honor to me when people take time out of their vacation to say hello. I usually, almost always, 92% of the time will post what park I'm going to be on or park in on the Friday directly before the Saturday. And usually now I'm putting an event a week ahead of time, so you know where to find me. You can always just track me down by following the broadcast. Always great to say hello to people. Jessica, good morning from Massachusetts. Just got back. I hope you had a great trip. Jody's got 24 days to go. For all of you that are counting down the days till your next Disney vacation, you can check out magicalcountdown.com, the paper-based countdown calendar, which has got fun games and interesting and useful trivia. Crystal said, what price was the lightning lane? So, variable pricing by day and by park. Today, lightning lane for Disney's Animal Kingdom was relatively cheap. I think it was $17. But other parks, including Park Hopper option, I think was up around 25 or 29, something like that. Peggy says, hoping for some Christmas light nighttime strolls. That is on my list of things I believe I will be able to do. Maybe as we get to the 2 weeks at the tail end of the year. I have some time scheduled out from work, which I hope will happen. Jessica did the Vicky's Very Merry Christmas Party. I think that's what that comment was. Hope you had a great time.
Keep your eyes on your children. Securely store any personal items.
Christine trying to decide for the next trip, either the Spooktacular or Christmas. Both are great fun. Yeah, Halloween time and Christmas time are great times to visit. You know, if you go between the two, if you go in early December, it's often a very good time to visit the parks because the Christmas decorations are out. Early December, yeah. But the crowds are not yet up, but I know sometimes that's hard around schedules for work and school. Karen, any word about the Jollywood Nights? So I did not have an opportunity to attend. Just checking out the comments on the internet. I heard a lot of mixed comments, but did not experience it myself, so can't really say. Crystal said the Halloween parade is fun in the Magic Kingdom for sure. Peggy was there for Walt's 100th birthday. Very cool. All right, it won't be long before we are boarding our safari vehicle. Debbie says the videos bring her such joy. Debbie, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate that. Nearly every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, replay on both Facebook and, assuming technology cooperates, YouTube as well. Always fun to go out and check out some past videos. I've done that on occasion. Robert said, did I watch the new seasons of Behind the Attraction on Disney Plus? I did watch some of them and actually enjoyed it quite a bit. I think that series on Disney Plus is kind of fun because I almost always see some photographs or footage that I've never seen before. It's amazing what they've been able to get access to. And it's kind of lighthearted too. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's got kind of a fun spin to it. Julie says, looks like a beautiful day. It is a nice day here at Disney World. Ronnie says, loves this ride in the morning. One?
Row 2, second row.
Second row. Gwen says, loves the people watching. Always lots of interesting folks to see here. Dave says, 4 more days to go. Larry said, one of the best rides in the park for sure. I agree with you.
Right-hand side, once those hands are feeling wet, so the doors will be sliding. Sante Sour Water.
All right, we should be on the next safari vehicle.
Welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris, everyone. I'll be your guide here this morning. My name is
Patricia, hello to you. All right, our chariot awaits. Susan said, time to see the critters. One.
Awesome, perfect. You can see it's a wheelchair accessible truck. I'm still going to have you see. I'll take your booth.
Everybody does mean welcome. So welcome aboard, my friends. You guys can move all the way down to the left side.
It's interesting. I've never been in a safari vehicle. It's kind of made for people in wheelchairs. Which I don't know. What a spot. How cool. Debbie says, loves the safari. It's a lot of fun. Okay, once we get going, I'll be quiet so that you and the others around me can hear what's going on. Mike Sivako.
Alrighty, my friends, over on that right side. Wash his hands, arms, feet, and legs as the doors will now be closing. Asante sign awarded, and as they say here in Harambe, Twinde and Sunday does he. Let's go. Jumbo, everyone. My name is Hannah, and I'll be your safari guide out here for the next few weeks. I do have a few safety reminders for you, my friends. You keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times and remain seated through our entire journey. That does include any stops we happen to make while we're out there on the reserve today. Also, we are going to be heading into these animals' homes, so we do want to be as respectful as possible. That does just mean no whistling, clapping, snapping, screaming, anything to try to get these animals any closer today. Some of them do have impeccable hearing, and it'll scare some of them farther away from the truck. And I want you guys to get a good view of all the animals that we have out here today. That also does mean trying to keep some of that talking down, some of them. That's not just for the animals, but the others around you. Now we're just waiting for the go-ahead from the warden, and then we're going to head on out there to the reserve for the next few weeks. You guys are more than welcome to take all the pictures you're wanting to today. I just recommend putting your phone in a movement or a sports mode. We're moving. Those animals are going to be moving, and it should take you to the best pictures while we're out here. Now our first stop will be in the Little Aturi Forest. The animals here in the forest use their natural colors to blend into their surroundings. They are typically different shades of tan and brown, so they can hide really easily in those different bushes and tree lines without being seen. To the right side, we will see the okapi. The okapi was thought to be a mythical creature in Western civilizations until 1901. Now, even with those stripes on the back of their legs, they are not related to the zebra. They're actually the only known relative to the giraffe. That's because the male okapi has the same kind of skeletal structure at the top of his head, known as ossicones, and they both have those prehensile tongues. Now, also standing there next to the okapi, that is going to be the yellow-backed duiker. They get their name from the word diver. That yellow hair on their back will stick up if they get scared by anything, and they will dive into those bushes. To the left side, they're kind of hiding up there, but you will see the saddle-billed storks. They get their name from that yellow spot on their bill. They have a wingspan of about 9 to 10 feet, which is about as wide as the canopy above your head. Now, a really easy way you can tell the male and the female apart is actually with their eye color. The female has a yellowish-colored eye, and the male will have a brown-colored eye. Now continuing our way through the Little Aturi Forest, to the right side we are going to see the greater kudu. They are one of the taller antelope species out in the forest. I know with them at the top of the hill, they are not in the easiest of view. We're going to keep an eye out for anything else we might find out here, such as the black rhino that we're seeing here to our left side. Now the black rhino is the smallest species of rhino in Africa, weighing in about 3,000 pounds. All rhinos are gray in color, so a really easy way you can actually tell them apart is by their mouth shape. The black rhino has a very small triangular mouth compared to other rhino species. Now if you look to your right side, you will see that copper color kind of sticking out there in the bushes. Those are going to be some of the bongos. The bongos known as the ghosts of the forest because their horns are slanted backwards. They move really easily in those different bushes and tree lines without their horns getting caught. Both the male and the female bongos have those horns. The male is just going to be a lot darker in color. I'll actually use the darkening of his coat to show his age, similar to how we will gray our hair. Now we're heading out of the little Atari forest and heading out into the Safi River Valley. Now the animals here in the Safi are going to spend most of their time in and around the water. The Nile hippopotamus can hold its breath for about 5 to 8 minutes, so sometimes they do sleep at the bottom of the river. Kind of look like a rock. This just means to keep an eye out for any shadows or movements that might be under the water. It can be a good sign that those hippos may be close by. Now we will get to see some of their neighbors up here on the right side. These are the pink-backed pelicans. Now the pink-backed pelicans don't get their name from any of their feathers, but rather a pink spot that shows up underneath them during mating season. They are colonial nesters and will nest in pairs of 20 to 500 every single year. Get a good view of quite a few of them up there on the island. Now to the left side is where we'll get to see some of those Nile hippopotamus. Now a group of hippos is called a bloat. They're weighing upwards of about 5,000 pounds. Now they will eat the vegetation found at the bottom of the river and also what is around the river. Even though they spend so much of their time in the water, they are actually considered semi-aquatic animals. This just means that they split their time between the land and the water. Now staying in the water does help protect their skin, but if they do want to get up on the land, they also have another way that they'll help protect their skin with blood sweating. Now it's not actually made out of blood, it just gets its name from the coloring. It's actually just similar to what we would do for sweating, because they don't have any actual sweat glands, and it'll keep them nice and cool and help protect them from the sun, similar to a sunscreen. Now here to the left side, we are seeing the Nile crocodiles. These guys are about 16 feet long and weighing about 500 pounds. They are opportunistic predators and will take any chance they can to hunt. Opportunistic predators are typically seen as very vicious, and those guys definitely can be, but they're also some of the best parents. Now mom will hold those eggs in her mouth with between her tongue and her soft palate. It'll soften those eggs for an easier hatching process. Not only that, but both mom and dad will hold those younger babies in their mouths to help protect them from other large predators until they're a little bit ready to be out by themselves. Now heading out of the Safi, we are going to see some of this foliage. Search clears are heading into a more dry area known as the savanna. Now the animals here in the savanna can have a harder time finding those water sources. One way they can get that water, if you look over to your right side, we are seeing this kind of funky looking tree. Now this is a baobab tree. Baobab trees hold thousands of gallons of water within that trunk. Now they're able to retain all this water because they only bloom their leaves about 3 months out of the year. Now animals such as the elephant can puncture that trunk with their tusks and get water up not themselves but the other animals around them. The elephant can also fully push down this tree. What this does after the water is drained out of it, some animals actually try to make the tree their home. If that tree is in full bloom, animals such as the giraffe love to eat those leaves. So many different opportunities against the animals down here in the savanna. It is also known as the tree of life. Now that we're heading down here in the savannas where you can see your more famous animals such as the giraffe or the zebra. Now these guys all have different eating, sleeping, and migration patterns, so they can be a little bit harder to see at different points of the day. So just keep a close eye out. We'll also talk about some of the animals when we get a little bit closer to them. So if you see them spread out along the savanna, I promise we'll talk about them. Now the first animal we're going to see closest to us is here to the right side. These are Ankole cattle, also known as Watusi cattle. Now their horns get about 6 feet long. They're made up of a honeycomb-like structure. They're very light, very easy to move around. They actually have blood vessels running through those horns that they use to help cool down their overall body temperature. Now they are the only domesticated animal that we have down here on our savanna, and they get the name Watusi from the tribe that originally domesticated them. Now here to the left side, we will get some better views of them as we get a little bit closer. These are going to be the African wild dogs, also known as painted dogs. Now these guys have the highest success rate for hunting at 90%, and this is because they hunt together as a pack. So as one gets tired, another one will go after that prey until the prey drops. These guys can run upwards of about 35 miles per hour. They can keep that speed up for about 3 miles, which also helps in aiding to hunt and stalk their prey. Now they are sometimes confused for animals such as the hyena. Now the African wild dogs are in the canine family. The hyena is actually in a family of their own called the Hyenidae, and they're closely related to animals such as the mongoose. Here to the left side, you'll see the 3 of them kind of laying over there. Those are the sable antelopes. They're our emblem here on the reserve, and that is because they are known for their strength. In fight or flight situations, they are going to fight. They're going to use those horns to protect themselves and their young. The more dominant one will darken that coat. Typically, it's a male, but out here on our reserve, it is actually a female. Now, if you continue to look to our left side, she's kind of hiding back there, but that is going to be one of the Patterson's eland. Now, the eland is the largest species of antelope, sitting at shoulder height between 8 to 10 feet tall. Now, she's kind of hiding back there. We'll also get to see another antelope species here to the left side. These are the springbok. They're the smallest species of antelope. Now, they may be small, but they are mighty. They can run upwards of about 56 to 58 miles per hour. Here to the right side, we are seeing the wildebeest coming out. The wildebeest is the second most densely populated mammal, second to the human. They migrate in groups of 1.5 million every year, about 1,000 miles. They kick up so much dust and dirt as they're running that the dust clouds can be seen from outer space. Here to the left side, we are going to see the Maasai giraffes kind of spread out along the hill. Now the giraffe is the tallest animal in the world, sitting at heights about 16 to 18 feet. They're going to eat for about 20 hours out of their day, and they will only sleep for about 30 to 45 minutes. They'll do their sleeping standing. Hi guys, make sure we're not making any of those high-pitched, similar to whistling noises around the animals. We do want to be respectful in their homes. To the right side, we will see the Hartman's mountain zebra, typically living in the more mountainous areas of the savannah, giving them that name. A group of zebra is called a dazzle. Hi friends, please sit down. Now they are the smallest species of zebra. They're also the only species of zebra that has something on their neck called a dewlap. Now the dewlap is just some extra skin hanging down on their neck. The extra movement creates extra blood flow and helps pull them down. Get a better view of one of those giraffes kind of eating here to the left side. Here to our right side, we are going to see the African elephant. They're the largest land mammal, weighing in about 12,000 pounds. They eat about 300 pounds of food every single day. 300 pounds is also around the same size as a newborn baby elephant. Mom is pregnant for about 22 months before she gives birth. They do have the longest pregnancy of any animal. Now, elephants are a matriarchal society. The oldest female is going to typically lead the rest of the herd. Now, she has a really important job. She remembers where those different food areas are. She remembers those watering holes are. Just in case any of those watering holes happen to dry up, she also remembers those baobab trees are. She also has a really important job of remembering areas of danger. Now, the males will either go off by themselves once they reach a certain age, or they will form a bachelor group. Now, if a bachelor group does happen to be formed, they don't last for very long, as they will either again go off by themselves, or they will go and start a family herd. Now, one area of danger for elephants is actually different tree lines that have beehives in them. We found this out because of a project called the Elephants and Bees Project with the Disney's Conservation Fund. This project started because we found out elephants were being hunted in different African village areas because they're heading into those villages and tearing up those crops. Now, what we did is we sent some of our animal researchers and animal experts out there to try to help figure out how we could stop this from happening. That's when they found out from some of the locals that elephants would stay away from different tree lines around the village because there are beehives in those areas. What they did is they actually built fence posts around all those different farmlands that had beehives kind of hanging down from them. It's a really easy way to keep the elephants out of these areas without having to cause any harm to them. This helped not only the elephants but also those farmers. They no longer to worry about their lands being torn up. The bees are pollinators, help the regrowth of those crops the following years, and the bees made honey, which those farmers could then sell and create more of a profit. Now you will see that elephant's trunk. That trunk has over 40,000 muscles in it. To kind of perspective how many that is, us as humans have a little less than 700 in our bodies. Even with all the muscles we have together on this trunk, their trunk still has more. Now that trunk is strong enough to push and pull down fully rooted trees, but can also act as delicately enough to pick up a singular berry from a bush without crushing it. We'll get another view of another elephant up here on our left side as well. I actually get to see quite a few of them here. Here to the left side, we are seeing the greater flamingos. Now they are the largest and the lightest in that pink color. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyant. So you'll see a few grayish ones from the flamboyants, and that's because flamingos are actually born gray. It takes about 2 years to get that color from the beta carotene found in the brine shrimp that they eat. Here to our left side, we are going to see some of the white rhinos. Now these guys get their name from the Dutch Afrikaans word "bite," which means wide. Now they have wide rectangular mouths compared to other rhino species. Of the 5 rhino species, the white rhino is the only one that hangs out together as a group, and a group of them is called a crash. Now they are nearsighted, so anything that's not very close to them can be very, very blurry. Surprisingly, that's not why they get that group name, but it does mean that they rely more heavily on some other senses, such as smell and hearing, to get around. Now their ears are really cool. They can move them individually 360 degrees, so they will move them closer to different sounds so they can hear everything a whole lot better, which is how you know when they're listening to us sometimes. Now they have those 2 horns. That front horn is known as a protection horn. That is what they use to help protect themselves. And that second horn is known as a hairstyle horn. Now they will shape it on different rocks and trees, and that is one of the ways rhinos can tell each other apart, similar to how we can tell each other apart with hairstyles. Now also here on the left side, you will see some of the cheetahs laying over there. Now the cheetah is the fastest animal in the world, getting up to speeds of 60 miles per hour. They can go from 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds. As they're running, they will keep their tails low and close to the ground to help steer themselves. We'll get to see another view of 2 more up here on our left side. Now, a group of cheetahs is called a collation. We do have the 2 separate collations that are out here on the reserve. Their first one is that group of 3, and that second one is that group of 2. Now, unlike some other big cats, cheetahs do not roar. They actually make sounds and vocalizations closer to your typical house cat, such as a meowing, purring, or chirping noise. Now, speaking of those big cats, we are seeing the copy structure here to the left side, which can be a good sign for some of those nocturnal ones. Now, they like to sleep at the bottom of the copy during the day, kind of stay the savanna at the top at night. So just keep a close eye out for them. You never know what they might be doing. I actually get to see that male African lion laying there to the left side. And we'll get to see the lioness laying right behind him. Now, a group of lions is called a pride. There's about 2 to 40 lions within that pride. There's only going to be 1 to 2 males, and the rest will be females. Females do all the hunting for the pride, and they will do their hunting at night. Now, their eyesight is the same as the humans during the day. It's about 6 times stronger at night. While the girls are hunting, the male will stay back and protect the rest of the pride. One way he's going to do that is with his roar. Lion's roar can actually be heard from almost 6 miles away. Hi friends, again, we do want to be respectful in these animals' homes and not be screaming or anything like that, so that we continue to stop for them. Here to our left side, we are seeing the warhogs. They are the largest burrowing animal. They're going to use their tusks to dig up those burrows and will land those burrows with their tusks facing out. It's a really easy way to show other animals that they're in them, so they will try to get into them as well. Their top tusks are what they'll use to dig, and their bottom tusks are what they will use to help protect themselves, as they are actually razor sharp. Now, they are highly intelligent animals, and they also have an amazing sense of smell. Now, they can smell about 8 to 12 inches under the dirt, which is how they're going to find those different bugs and grub. You might know from our friend Pumbaa. See the 3 of them kind of hiding over there. As our journey starts to come to an end, we are going to make one final stop out here today. This is the warden's post. Here you can see that she takes care of one very specific type of animal, which is the Nigerian dwarf goat. You'll find these guys in different African village areas because they're very easy to upkeep. Even though they're easy to upkeep, their milk is very valuable and can be turned into things like butter and cheese. Those items are then sold in those different marketplace type areas. It's a really easy way to show how animals and humans can work together to create a better world. Some of the ways we're creating a better world for these animals is with the Disney's Conservation Fund. Now, the Disney's Conservation Fund, we're able to start different projects such as the Elephants and Bees project that I talked about a little bit earlier. My favorite thing that the Disney's Conservation Fund does is that we give grants out to different protected reserves all over the world. So it's a more widespread conservation and protection of these animals. Now, for species such as rhinos, their loss is because of a lot of human activities such as poaching of their horns. So it's really important that they have different safe spaces that they can live in all over the world. Now, with the Disney's Conservation Fund and being able to get the grants out of different protected reserves, we've been doing this for many years. The Conservation Fund actually started in 1995. Since then, we've been able to donate over $4 million to 25 different countries for the care and conservation of elephants, and about $3 million to about 11 different countries to the care and conservation of rhinos. These are both species that are very important for other animals to stay higher in number as well. So it's really important that they have those different safe spaces and continue to stay higher in numbers. Now, you can donate to the Disney's Conservation Fund today. Currently, any donation will get you one of our conservation buttons. Show off that you help the animals are out here today. Now, you don't have to donate just to... Donating is not the only way you're able to help today. Making sure you're recycling while you're out here in our parks. Any soda bottles, water bottles, those adult beverages that come in those plastic cups, those Starbucks cups, all those items can be recycled. All of our trash cans do have recycling bins either right next to them or very, very close to them. So it's something really easy you can do while you're out here in our parks. Something you might notice more here at Animal Kingdom than some of the other parks as of right now is we actually separate some of our food waste, especially in restaurants such as Restaurantosaurus. Now, we actually use food waste here at Disney for fuel for some of our buses that go from park to park. We have lots of people who come in and out every single day, so you can imagine there's a lot of food waste. So instead of putting it into different landfill areas, we actually use it in a lot better of a way. We use a lot of solar power out here and a whole lot more. Unlike any other zoo or aquarium across the country, we're also very fortunate to grow about 80 to 95% of our animals' foods every single year between here behind a reserve and also at the land over in Epcot. Now, if you guys are wanting to see any other animals today, I do recommend the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. That one does take about 15-20 minutes to fully walk through. Over there, you can find the gorillas. They have an underwater viewing area of the hippos. For any of my Kim Possible fans, they do have the naked mole rats over there as well. Those are one of my personal favorites. And I always recommend to go and see them.
Disney cast members in the wild.
All right, just gonna wait for our friends ahead of us to go and unload. Then we're gonna get you guys off the truck for today. Not only do we have the Gorilla Falls Trail over here in Animal Kingdom, we also have the Maharaja Jungle Trek over in Asia. That one's a great one to go and see any of those tigers. They have Asian water buffalo over there, Komodo dragons, they have bats over there, and a whole lot more. I always recommend to go and see them. Now, if you're wanting to pet any animals today, you can actually pet some of those Nigerian door goats over at Rafiki's Planet Watch. Take the train up there, and you'll be able to pet any of those goats up there. You can also learn about our nutrition center and a whole lot more. Now, we don't say goodbye here in Harambe. We see it as far too sad and far too final. Instead, we actually say Kawaharini. Kawaharini means to go well, so go well, go out, and enjoy the rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Hope your adventure takes you next. Again, my name is Hannah. I'm from Winter Haven, Florida, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you have any questions, my pasture window is quite literally always open. On that right side, wash those hands, arms, feet, and legs as the doors will not be opening. Watch your head and step as you're getting on the truck, and have a great rest of your day, my friends.
All right, that was fun. Always exciting to go on Kilimanjaro Safaris. You never know what you're going to see. Got to see a lot today. See some giraffes, some okapi, elephants, lions, male and female, hippos, a lot of stuff. I did not realize that Disney grew a lot of the food for the animals here on property, including some of the food from the land. So that was a new piece of information for me. Carol said it was fun. Maureen said great tour. Thanks for joining me. We'll walk out here before we wrap it up for today. Peggy said it was good. Missy said nice ride. Linda said great safari.
First of all, business. Happy birthday.
Ted, you were very welcome. Thank you for joining me, spending some of your Saturday. Kate said enjoyed it. Susan caught the lions. Peggy said loved it all. And make our way back out towards Harambe. Shade says, thanks for the safari ride. It was fun. Thanks for joining me, Shane. Maria, thank you for being here. Carol loved the animals. Mary said it was a great ride. Michelle said an excellent tour. I think the tour guide did a good job. We had to guide some guest interaction. There was a person being, I think a child, being a little like a child. Sitting down, not being quiet. That's what you got to do, right? Paula said, thanks very much. Love the safari. Appreciate your joining me. Kate, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Sherry, happy Thanksgiving. lot of people back here in Africa. It's a hopping spot. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up today from Disney's Animal Kingdom at the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. A very nice Saturday morning. Currently 72 degrees, up a couple since we started, on the way to 76. Wishing all of you a very happy Thanksgiving. I think whatever our situation, we all have a lot to be very thankful for. So I hope that the rest of your weekend is great, that you have a great week next week. If you have an opportunity to get a little bit of time off for Thanksgiving, enjoy it. I plan to eat and be merry. I'll be back next Saturday around 10, and until next time, God bless.